Alright, here we go. Back! Well, I'm not really back, it's just that I've been sitting on a little bit of footage for quite a while now. So I'm going to splice them all together and at least get a video out for you. Unfortunately, sometimes all the other aspects of life want to come together and conjoin and not allow you to do a lot of things that you want to do, i.e. getting these things done. That's mad. Each time I come down here, I sort of forget where I was, what I was doing, where I was at with the projects. So I'll try and remember what needs doing. To be honest, I think I'm going to try and stop attempting to make things perfect, or in my mind perfect. I need to get these things running, so I'm going to slap everything back on and get it done a bit at a time. I just want to get these things started up and get them on the road. All these other things like interiors, all the little detail bits can wait and get it done another day. So with that said, here's a few bits of footage over the last few months. Took a little bit of time, but they did start off in life as a 12mm nut, and they're going to serve as a little seatbelt spacer that I need. So having a little bit of trouble bringing the seatbelt out from the top mount. There we go, brings it out nice just from that lip there. Perfect. And I realised I never showed that in the last video. It's the oil breather just above the fan housing there. Definitely not getting a break on these rubbers, am I? And that side's decided to do the same thing. I may well be losing my mind, but this is an unorthodox method maybe. But I need to put pressure sort of on the centre of the window to allow me to progress along both bottom and top edges, and then eventually, hopefully, getting that in. I mean, it's quite versatile is the words that have been used online, but I can't find any method of installation that's worked so far. Right, now I've just scrapped that last idea. The wood on the wall and the window weren't working. I've gone for another sill, yet another sill. Now I had one stashed away in the cupboard. I don't know why, I've just overbought on these sills, but I think it's luck of the draw. It depends what sill you actually get. This one is nearly in there along all edges apart from the top. Now I'm just going to try and maybe get the lip over the bottom portion at least, and then try and slap that top in a bit more. Right, yet another day, and this place is an absolute mess. Can't even move in here. The bus has moved itself over, and that window is not going in still. That's as far as it can go in. See how much it is out from the top there. It just keeps popping itself out. I'm thinking about resorting to shaving some material off of the glass. Obviously a new bit of glass because the other side was broken on its attempt to put that in. The original side for this is on the other side, this being a brand new bit of glass. Now, the repair is only this section here. I've only made a little repair on that corner. Everything else hasn't been touched. There might have been a little bit along the way there, but it's not significant enough for this to not fit in. I've tried everything from silicone, even at this point, the silicone spray. I got to a certain point and then tried to get it in. I mean, that's pretty good. It obviously needs to go suck itself right in, but the top and bottom, it just looks like it just needs to twist itself in almost. This is something that you shouldn't have to do, to be honest. I don't even know if it's going to work, but I've got some sodium carbide sanding discs, and let's see if I can get that glass down just a fraction, just so it can pop itself in there. One last attempt before I'm seriously going to think about maybe shaving that glass down. Yeah, just don't want to go in those top corners. It's not having it. You can even see the rubber sort of bending over. There is still no excuse why this sliding door glass isn't going in though. I haven't made any repairs whatsoever around that top portion of the door. The only repair made was the bottom, what, 20 centimetres possibly, if that, 15 centimetres. No repairs around that window have been made by myself, so why the original piece of glass doesn't fit in there, I don't know. That's the furthest I've got it in so far, and I know it's probably not the best way of doing it. It should go in completely evenly. The top's still way out, but I'll crack on. Don't think the sanding of the glass helped one bit. Didn't see much material coming off of it. I've now resorted back to the block method onto the wall. Got one corner secured, and it's almost like I'm trying to twist it in. So top corner and bottom corner, trying to twist it on in there. This is the closest it's been to actually get in there. Just going to bang on it some more. Final bit. I've got 3 lengths of timber on the other side of that glass, putting pressure on just so I can get this final bit as well. Months that's taken. Anyway, 2 left. And here we go for the current setup on the other side. Now on the 3rd bit of wood to push that middle in. This is a dead blow hammer, by the way. soon as I get that cord out, I'm going to call that the best birthday present ever. Let's just appreciate for a moment what's been involved in getting that in. Ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, she's got a few battle scars because of the installation of the glass, a few scratches and scuff marks along the way, but nothing that won't buff out, or to be honest, that's why I bought the enamel paint in the first place. Should be fairly simple to touch up. So let's get on the inside, start pulling some cord. Don't get me wrong, if I mess this bit up, I'm going to be properly gutted. Here we go. Got the rear gel bars in, and now I'm not too sure how I want to enclose that rear section where the hinges are. Originally it had a headliner there, but I've got nothing, so I think I can do better than what it had. I'm slowly trimming away at this bit of MDF, but I'm currently thinking that I might want to sort of make a mould so I can make a fiberglass version to enclose this whole thing. When I've been losing my mind on these windows and everything bus associated, I've been cracking on with trying to measure out and get this underfelt in. It's all marked out, it's not necessarily glued down or anything at the minute. It's a right mess, but the carpet kit's a lot to be desired for. It's meant to go right up to the windowsill, but I obviously don't want that, so a few cuts are going to have to be made. I just want it straight and then tucked into that rear firewall. It's not the best kit, but yeah, I'm just going to make a fold line and hopefully get it tucked in there so I can still see that headliner. Don't know why you want it all the way up to the sill. The underfelt for the rear luggage area is going to have to get the same treatment also. So what I'm actually doing is making it up as I go along, commonly known as blagging it with blunt scissors. Yeah, it's alright, I'll just cut a hole in a £300 piece of carpet kit myself. Oh my god. Joke. All over my fresh paint. Why? That's why I had to do the fixings for everything that goes in the engine compartment, so I could get it all sorted out before putting the carpet in. That's for the fuel regulator and the oil breather tube. Don't worry about that, it's a mistake. Just to mention also that I did get that 80 grit paper on the corners and attempted to take a little bit of material off of that glass. I'm a little bit sceptical as to whether or not it did help. That I'll never know, but it's in, eh? Now I've got that gasket and the side cover plate on this side also. Not that you can see it, but I've just retrieved the windshield from the super secret storage facility. Give it a good old cleaning, and it looks like it's a replacement item. It's actually a Brazilian piece of glass, so it's been replaced at some point in its life. And yep, last taxed in 2015. That's the sill fitted. Ain't bad, to be honest with you. Just got a couple of little sore fingers, but the real test is going to be if that actually fits in. If it's anything like the rest of them, it's going to be a bit testing. Engine's back in yet again, and developed a little oil leak under there, but I think that's probably just where I was jostling it about. See if it slows down. The carpet's getting there for the Beetle. It's not fully in yet. I'm still cutting it to size. I've made some awful cuts around those vents for the heater channels down by the footwell there. But yeah, it's not stuck in yet. I'm just sizing it up. So apparently, there's a good possibility that this is going to crack on me. With everything that I've read. Let's see. The rubber's sitting okay. I mean, it's on the lip. Just apart from that bit in the corner there, I'm assuming that that is where I made the repair. Let's get a little bit closer, but might be able to get that with a bit of pressure. Elsewhere though, it's looking okay. Don't really want to speak too soon, but it's looking good so far. So nearly there. Just needs a little bit more slapping at the top. Just trying to get some adjustment on the actual bonnet release cable and the little grub screw head has snapped off that retains the wire. So yeah, it's pretty much stuck there now. Well, I got it free, but the cable snapped on me when I was doing that. It's going to be a new one now, new cable. Oh, at least that's something. I've been able to re-tap a thread for a new grub screw to go in there, just so it bottoms out on that wire and holds it in. But yeah, it's going to be a new cable. Going to take this alternator and the fan back out again. It definitely ain't right. Yeah, I don't really understand why I've got no movement on the shaft whatsoever when it's tightened up to the correct spec. Looking at that old fan, it has seen better days. I've got a new one. Let's see what clearance is on this one. Got some new shims with that also. I mean, I've got 3 shims on it, like the book says. I'm still not clearing. Worse than the old one. Don't even move. That's not even torqued. What's going on here? The more I look and compare at this old fan to the new one, that is pretty much toast. I mean, look how rounded off that is in comparison to that. Look, big difference. And I'm thinking I've got something missing here. Like that. Spacer. That fan part goes there. Obviously I need to put the key on. Alright, let's get a little key in. Slot it over. Washer. And that doesn't fit. Right, so that fixed spacer had a little bit too much material on it, so I've taken a half file, just opened it up ever so slightly. It's gone over there now. It's very tight. I ain't getting that off without a fight. So, fan. Right, this definitely can't be right. That's not even torqued down fully. One, it's now hitting slightly, but, well, quite a lot. And I can't even really turn that. Like I say, it's not even torqued down. Something's definitely not right. can't work it out. I have got the new hub on there as such, and one of these fixed spacers, which is basically equal to 3 of the other shims. So with that said, that on there, then the fan, and the wavy spring washer. It's not really a spring washer, but there you go. And then I'm using that old one. It's a lot better quality than the new stuff. The new stuff with one torque has actually flattened itself, so untouchable there with that old stuff. So yeah, that on there. The old nut I'm going with. This is definitely not right. So when I'm torquing that nut down, it's obviously bringing everything together, and it's stopping the spindle from spinning in the alternator. But why? Now I know this is a dynamo, but I'm not too sure if there's a little type spacer bushing on that shaft, which I might need to stop that binding. So I'm going to get a puller on that, see what happens. Well, that is actually part of the spindle. That's the dynamo. Now, I've just found those 2 bushings in the kit. There's no indication on any instructions about these, apart from possibly one there at the front on the pulley, and obviously in the manuals it doesn't state anything. But this smaller diameter one, I think that might be it. Right, let's see, eh? Little bushing in, hub and key. This is fun, getting this bit in. Just give that a little tap. This looks promising, you know. Because what I did notice is I had a lot more thread than the actual dynamo. Now that makes sense now. I've obviously reduced the amount of thread. Okay, next. Now, like I mentioned, I'm going to go with the one complete spacer that equates to 3 individual shims. That's on next. Can always use them as shims for the front pulley if needed. Fan, there we go. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense in a minute. Now, I'm going to go with the old one. Old school. And I'm tempted to use the old nut, you know. Yeah. Oh no. Why not? Right, now let's see if I can get the torque on that. It's already spinning better, it's not clipping. See if I get the torque, see if it binds up. The book says 43 foot-pound. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, is that it? Oh my God, 43 foot-pound. Oh, can't be. spinning. 43. Right, broke out the big boys now. Come on. Excuse my foot. 43. Oh, blimey. Come on. I'm getting weak in the old age, eh? Now, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, my God, get in now. Right, let's tighten her up. Right, yet again, she's in the vice. Nothing can stop me now. 43 foot-pounds. Oh, magic number. And she's spinning. She ain't fouling. Not yet, anyway. Right, back in, and I've got another spacer that sits within the front there. Okay. Fan belt on. I've just greased up and installed the new cable, and I've cut down that bolt for my new grub screw. So let me just tighten it up. Moment of truth. Well, she's stuck fast. Yeah, baby. I'm doing it with all the cables at the end of the loom here. They're just not quite long enough, and I just need to extend them. So I have found an extra length of positive cable there to go to the alternator. Not ideal, I know, but let's get it done. Going to get this old bit of sleeve off of this cable though, just to make sure there's no hidden damage before I get too involved with it. There you go. Hope that's given you some sort of little bit of an update. I haven't gone away. I'm still about. But these things are taking a lot of time. So make it better than it was. I'll see you on the next one.